Max was interviewed by a child psychiatrist today. I'm going to get a second opinion.
Paying for 2 shrinks. Tracy's going to love that.
This case is too grey to base a decision on one expert's opinion. I am sick of having to justify research by crunching numbers.
Sorry, blame the hormones.
Just the hormones.
I think I've recently realised that there's no guarantee of what our
Children. There are 2.
Our children will become. You know, that amniocentesis doesn't test for autism or deafness.
Or gayness.
Or narcissism, or the desire to become a stripper.
Stripper.
Sociopathic tendencies. I could be incubating the next Ivan Milat.
Have the twins been stabbing you in utero?
Love's not always enough, Ash. Not every serial killer's a product of an abusive home.
True, but nobody's born evil.
Oh, you've been talking to Lena.
Everything comes down to how you were taught to behave.
That's a simplistic way of looking at it. Brain scans of murderers in a US study proved all had substantial damage to the frontal lobe, reduced neurometabolism, and abnormal asymmetries of activity in areas related to the limbic systems.
Save it for court, honey.
This case is...
Look, all we know for sure is our kids are going to need intensive therapy.
How is this helping?
To cope with the embarrassment of being utterly love-bombed by their parents.
You look like shit.
Can't argue with your assessment. No sleep.
Joanne's evidence was as harrowing as expected then.
And then Reese ripped her apart. Coffee? I can do decaf.
How depressing.
How is the alien queen?
Queens.
Sorry?
It's always a risk with IVF.
2? Oh, you're hiding up well.
For now, I might have to get new robes made though.
Procreation is like a box of chocolate.
God, if we could test for every disease or antisocial behaviour in utero, the species would die out. Is Reese giving his closing address today?
I actually attended it myself. Hence the little bags under my eyes from lack of sleep.
Whatever the verdict, it'll be a media circus. I hope you're prepared for that.
Yeah, the whole case has been a media circus. Remind me, why did I leave corporate law again?
Because you wanted to save the world. You up?
Time to save the world.
If I could drink, it would be a triple vodka day.
You can have a sip.
No, I'd never forgive myself.
In case that tiny drop creates a child like Max Gardner. Honey, I'm sorry. I haven't seen a case get under your skin like this for years.
I'm lucky we're not pursuing it.
You really believe that boy killed his brother?
After everything I've seen, it's hard to believe in innocence anymore.
Try working in a high school. Today, one of the kids wrote a bondage scene for Sense and Sensibility. Janet. Janet. They're moving. They're really in there. Still find it hard to believe in innocence.
I'll attempt to persuade you that Max is an unlucky boy who accidentally caused the tragic death of his little brother, Jake Gardner. 9 years old. They'll argue that Max has suffered enough, that he should not be facing trial for a game that went wrong. It's difficult to look at Max in the dock and not feel shocked and upset. Their defense will appeal to your emotions. They'll be manipulated. Facts. Evidence. Head, not heart. Cool intellect, not sentiment. Save your empathy for the victim. Sorry to interrupt. Erin, can I have a word? Joanne Mervich's appeal.
Extra 6 years.
Well, that explains the hangover. The eye?
A doorknob.
Was that before or after the dog ate your homework?
I was running to the toilet to throw up. I tripped and smacked my face on the doorknob. Yes, I am a walking cliche. Thanks for rescuing me.
Yeah, well, Tracy's right about one thing. Hungover on the job. Erin, it's not a good look.
I keep telling myself that. How's the gardener trial?
Awful.
If you need someone to talk to, I'll try not to throw up on you.
How about tonight? Are you free for dinner?
No plans.
I'd like you to meet Ash. Say thanks for all your support.
That'd be great.
Sorry, Janet, that boy from Max's slave gang, Michael Griggs, he wants to pull out as a witness.
Dinner at Graceland.
Jealous?
Absolutely. I've been dying to get nailed by two hot lesbians. You know, steel cap boots, flannel shirt will perfectly complement that shiner.
Ah, this is why you don't get invited to Janet's house.
I'll put these back in the fridge.
Maybe I should call her.
Is she usually late? No, stop. No work tonight.
Here she is. Finally. Oh, maybe don't mention the black eye.
Oh, okay.
Erin, hi. I would like you to meet Ash.
Lovely to meet you.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Sorry, you're not what I expected. Wow, that was incredibly rude.
Everyone assumes Janet's married to someone who looks like Lucy Lawless. I gave up being insulted a long time ago.
I'm so sorry, I'm late. I got caught up. So, how did you two meet?
Mutual friends, actually. Janet was at Oxford with my friend Tim for a registered jurist.
Are you a Rhodes Scholar?
Anyway, back in Sydney, Tim kept talking about his amazing friend Janet, who he was sure I would like.
She loves telling this story.
And then, about 10 years ago, Janet lived in Berlin for a few months, and Tim suggested I visit. I got off the plane, I was all jet-lagged and bleary-eyed.
You were perfect.
Oh, that's really romantic. I backpacked around Europe just after school. We went to Berlin. I remember the big pretzels and the Stein glasses. I might just...
Sure.
You two are so happy. I wish I was happy as you. Is it a lesbian thing? Maybe I should jump the fence.
Erin, I know you've had some bad experiences.
You've got no idea. You know, I kissed Reese. That was smart. And to get me started on Ben. And Jimmy, well, I tried to make it work.
You dated Jimmy Butcher?
Turns out, if I'm not plastered, I'm not interested. Sad, frigid Erin.
How about I make you a cup of tea instead, eh?
You're so nice to me. I'm sorry I leaked the file.
What?
Jimmy told me last week. It was my fault. When I took him to the office at the Christmas party, he knew it was there. Thank you for a lovely dinner. Can I use your bathroom?
Sure, it's down the hall next to the nursery. You have to tell David.
Erin.
Erin.
6:30, I've called you a taxi. It's waiting outside. Erin.
Janet, I'm so sorry.
The DPP carries Tony because he's earned the right. It won't carry you. I thought your bad... I thought your bad decisions were directly related to the Mervich trial, but they're not. You are a smart, compassionate, beautiful woman. And you are destroying yourself. And if what you told us last night about Jimmy is true, you can't be held responsible for leaking that file. He took advantage of you.
In law, being drunk isn't an excuse. You're still responsible for your actions.
And be responsible. You want to fight for victims, protect people who can't protect themselves. The Erin I know can do that. But that Erin, she's slipping away and you're letting her go.
Can you please apologise to Ash for me?
You can do it yourself next time you see her.
Unexpected end, I hear.
Very.
Are you relieved?
I'm tired.
Not long now.
I'm starting to think they're safer where they are.
My wife used to say the same thing. Every pregnancy. I read your closing. Brilliant work. Shame nobody got to hear it.
David? How do you cope? Having to go home to your wife and children after everything we see?
That's how I cope. Go home, Janet.